Alrighty, so we're going to be here with another game of
Dire
Dota.
team ban.
First game of the day, which is going to be Space Soldiers going up against Duza Gaming in the JDL Season 4 Division, if I remember. And we're going to be going right into the game. The full
Radiant
pickups coming
team
out right
ban.
now, and we've already got all the picks going on with the Death Prophet and Vengeful Spirit, but this is on Erasmus TV, going to be cast by Banshee, but I am not alone. I'm going to be joined by Flammable Vodka.
AKA the Lunatic. What up, man? How are
10
you?
seconds remaining.
Yep, I'm doing pretty fine, as in, obviously, gaming
5 seconds
well-known
remaining.
team, having a lot of good stuff in slightly lower level, in more
Reserve
semi-pro.
time.
I've seen winning a lot of tournaments. While Space Soldiers are a team that I haven't really... I have heard of a few of these players, though, like Daywalker and Notice. But I would say I haven't heard of the name Space Soldiers before.
Yeah, you're not alone in that, man. They are definitely a new team to me as well. By the way, they ban out the Visage and the Drow Ranger as well. Is Dusa Gaming known for using that combo?
Well, as in the Visage, I guess is that they... I have seen a few teams run it before, and it does hurt a lot of lineups. Get all those aura strats up, and with the Vengeful Spirit also getting picked up, you know, even with the Drow on the third pick ban, definitely could still stack those auras, even without the Visage to make it work.
Alright then, that kind of clears it up. Forgot about their Vengeful Spirit pick. But yeah, we see Death Prophet and Vengeful Spirit already picked up by Dusa. And Brewmaster and Ogre Magi by Space Soldiers. So kind of standard until now. I do prefer Space Soldiers lineup till now because, well, tank is always better, right?
Yeah, but in reality, it is interesting to note that the Tide hasn't been banned out right now, and Duza Gaming doesn't have a offlaner, so they could possibly pick up that right now, giving them a lot of team fight as well as that to pushing from Death Prophet, the minus armor, and the plus damage from the Spirit. And I'm currently looking up for this Space Soldiers team, and they are doing pretty solid right now. Currently going 10-4 versus Duza Gaming 10-4 as well. So whoever wins this could actually possibly jump into top position to get into that top 2 Division 1 to do playoffs.
Yeah, this game definitely a big decider for both sides. And that Tidehunter, man, do you think this hero is fading out? I mean, last night casting the NOT game as well, I saw a Tidehunter last picked by DGM, so it looks like more and more teams are opting for other cores, other offlanes instead of the Tidehunter. Do you think it's kind of fading out?
It is fading out a little bit just because of we are starting to see teams kind of react to the huge power that Tidehunter can bring. I do still considering one of the better offlaners in the easily worth a ban, but you know, a few teams are deciding to just go for the slightly more consistent offlaners like Doom, Ogre Magi to some extent. The Doom, you know, you can't really dodge hit, no matter how hard you try. We are going to be seeing a Phantom Assassin picked up on the side, so lots and lots of counter teamfight damage from Space Soldiers, especially with that Disruptor, being able to get the silence off on the Death Prophet or any of the heroes on the Duza Gaming side can actually be pretty...
Dire team
Yeah, I mean,
ban.
that's definitely the issue of the Prophet. I mean, aside from the fact that she can get rid of towers in no time, the other thing is that there's really no defense against the ultimate, against the exorcism. Like, you can't kill the ghost, so the only thing you can do is initiate, and the static storm, it does marvels for that. But then again, I mean, they did pick up the PA. I do like physical damage against the Doom since it's a very low armor hero, but I don't know, it's kind of a niche pick. I'm wondering if this is something that they have practiced, and yet again, the Tidehunter last picked by Dusa Gaming. This is really odd.
Yeah, but the Tidehunter, yes, it does work if you want to pick up the Doom as that, you know, core rather than the usual offlane position we see him in, and Doom can work in that position. You just simply go for, you know, aura damage Doom, get one of the little balls, the additional crit damage, and just go to work.
Yeah, and Dusa Gaming opting to not get any physical damage. I mean, this is odd. I mean, Space Soldiers, I think they definitely have good team fight presence. They have good lane ability. They have good early aggression, and they have late game as well. So I'm really wondering if Dusa Gaming, can they finish this game in 30-40 minutes?
Oh.
Necro was picked up as a last pick for Space Soldiers as well.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty nice pick right there for the first sub. There's a lot of tanky heroes on the Duza Gaming side, the Doom and the Tidehunter. So if they can nuke either of those down before they really start doing their work, we could see some pretty devastating team fights coming out from Space Soldiers.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm looking forward to. Their lanes do seem a lot stronger. I mean, Vengeful Spirit is one of the better roaming heroes early on, but then again, the cask from Witch Doctor, the bouncing coconut, if you will, it's not that reliable of a stun. I don't know. We're gonna have to see some clutch glimpses, some. I'm really really thinking about this right now, so that's kind of why I'm blubbering here, because
5
I'm wondering who
seconds
to give the
remaining.
edge of the early game in support wise.
Well, in terms of support, as in both of them do have some pretty nice ganking potential. I'd say that Space Soldier's a little bit more weak in terms of the Disruptor pick, just simply because the Disruptor, he needs the levels. He needs, though, that levels in Glimpse. He needs levels in Thunder Strike, and at least one level in that Kinetic Field plus Static Storm. And before then, he's a little bit subpar support. After it, obviously, he makes up for it just due to how good Glimpse actually is. But before then, you know, Vengeful Spirit and Witch Doctor, they do come online a lot faster.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, Maledict early on can be so devastating, but then again, I mean, they do have a Necro. I'm wondering if the Necro, I mean, it probably was a counter to the strength heroes, to the really tanky cores of Duza Gaming, but it's not too shabby against the Maledict either.
No, and we are going to be here with this usual beginning of game customary pause. That's going to what these two teams are going to be, as it is obviously a best of two. Just two games going to be played, and then get the points from that. And we are going to be going right into this. We've got the Tidehunter. He's going to be played by Maiden, Miley, Ellen, and I being played on the Vengeful Spirit, Limbo on Capron on the Witch Doctor, and last but not least on that Death Prophet, we've got Iceberg on that mid. Very good mid there for Duza.
And I'll just go through the lineup of SS. We got Klansky playing the Ogre Magai support. We got Law playing the Necro. Bignum playing the Pandaran, the Brewmaster, if you will. And Daywalker playing the support Disruptor. And to round it all up, the hard carry PA played by Noctis. 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 Whatever you guys want.
As in I've heard it, I think it was actually a Quake player of the same name. And it's generally pronounced something like Noctis.
Alright.
Because, actually a pretty good Quake player. I can't remember where it's from, but it seems to be a pretty common name in what's seen, like, always one Noctis.
Right.
Going all the way back to Quake. But either way, we do see that Iceberg Assassin finally comes back. We hope we're going live very, very soon. There we go.
Alright. Let's roll.
More important than that, we actually do have the couriers being brought. There we go.
And both teams picking up a Smoke of Deceit early on. This is not always standard procedure, by the way, so I'm guessing, yeah, they are both gonna look for early roam. But still, yeah, that Vengeful Spirit with Witch Doctor, that combination can be so deadly if... well, it depends on the lane as well. We're probably gonna see the Brewmaster on the mid lane. He doesn't have an escape ability until he hits level 6, so he might be an easy kill for Duza Gaming. Other than that, well, they do have the Necrolite as well. I'm wondering, is the Necrolite offlaning this game?
Well, as
Or
we
is it the
have
Brew?
seen it, I do think that Necrolite isn't the greatest offline, just simply of how good he can be, either a carry or mid, and it does look like he's going towards that carry position. Going at?
It looks like Brewmaster is going on the off lane, and we see PA played on mid.
Yeah, I guess that makes a little bit of sense. You've got the Brewmaster on the off lane, get a few fast levels and 6 if you're able to. Although it's going to be a bit difficult against the stun coming out from this Ogre Magi. We are actually going to be going live finally. Hopefully no more connection issues coming in from Duza. Either way though, I'd say that early game, I'm considering both these two mostly, as in the Death Prophet going up against the PA on mid, probably slightly in favor of the Death Prophet just because the amount of harassment that she's able to do. On this opposite side, the two offlaners are going to be actually pretty hard pressed to go up against very, very aggressive ganking small combo. You already see Brewmaster trying to
30
freeze right now. This is
seconds to
actually
battle.
very nice. Yeah, he's going to be able to just sit inside the tree line and get all this free experience.
Yeah, and his ward has already been countered by Duza Gaming on that bottom lane, so you better get that good spot in the trees, because if they sniff this out, this might prove to be detrimental to him.
Yeah, that is a little bit of a shame, a little bit unlucky right there. Obviously, it's a very, very common position.
The
As we're actually going to be seeing a first initial attempt of a kill onto Tide. Tide actually going to get blocked in a little bit. He could be in trouble. A few more right clicks and he's going to go down right now. Yes, he will be. Disruptor picking that up. And
Upon the tides.
not sure what he was doing.
Run red.
Yeah, Thunderstrike, man, it's leveled up. It's one of the highest damage early skills in the game, and definitely proving that right now with this first blood. I'm wondering if this won't be too big of a setback for his offlane, but then again, this is a lot of XP for both the Ogre and the Disruptor. They're both almost at halfway to their second level, so this will, yeah.
Well, that ping from. If they know the Brewmaster's there, I think they're already seeing that some of the trees might have been chopped down. When he has far about the trees he has knocked down, but now they're going to kind of find him, and he could be in a bunch of.
Oh, he's already TPing.
Yeah, he's going to TP out, just realizing that he stole a little bit of experience around like half a level, but kind of getting the hell out of there before anything happened. He would have been very, very dead if he got.
Yeah, and on another note, the ancient spot of the Radiant has already been warded by SS, so they are really putting a lot of effort into shutting down the lane of this Tidehunter.
Yeah, as in, it does make sense. Tied into one of those heroes that can make a pretty big comeback with those ancients, regardless of how hard you try and harass them out. But at the same time, I don't really see that much, as assuming the Tidehunter doesn't run up like he did last time and just have a pretty silly death. I don't really see them being able to kill him. Maybe harass him out with the aid of the Ogo if he can get a few levels in that night. But I'm not really going to be able to see them do very much against.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And another thing is that a sentry is a lot shorter in time than an observer ward. So I'm wondering, like, we don't really see Tidehunter starting to stack ancients like 3 or 4 minutes into the game. So I'm wondering if this was a wasted ward or not. But Ogre Magi picks up a haste rune, and is he looking to get something done? Maybe snipe the courier. Oh, and wow, he might actually get it. The bot.
The courier is going to be there. This is actually really, really. Oh, they realize the walls are missing. They're going to take that to. I don't think I've ever seen that in a pro game. The creative link going to be taken all the way around the long way, so it's going to be more than safe for Death Prophet and this Ogre Magi. A little bit unlucky.
Yeah, he's definitely missing out on some XP on that top lane. I'm wondering if, yeah, Disruptor is going to go for a stack or actually a pull and double pull with the bigger camp from the left of it. It's static lanes, man. I mean, I've been expecting a bit more aggression this early on.
Well, it is. It isn't the greatest in terms of the early game, especially when he's only still level 2 at the moment. But either way, we are going to be seeing actually a smoke attempt on middle and Death Prophet.
All right.
Death Prophet is pretty far back because his three waves in the wrong place for this gank to really happen. But they're going to go in anyway, and is he going to get spotted? He does get slowed down by the initial dagger. Get the stun off as well. Glimpse back, probably going to be a dead, very, very dead mid. Iceberg Assassin, that's me. The nil. Soldiers, very good stop. Underdogs in this.
Yeah, definitely, and that's a huge pickup for PA. I mean, usually would see a Krob zoning out the PA from the mid lane, and this rotation proving to be really great for the PA. I mean, he's up to 15 CS. He has been kind of out CS'd by the Death Prophet, and yeah, this is all that he needed. He has his bottle now as well, and we're probably heading to pick up the Illusion Rune on top. While we do see the Ogre spotting out the Vengeful Spirit on the bottom lane. Will they get the kill?
As Vengeful Spirit's in a lot of trouble right now. This could be another third Death going down, but we do see the casket. It isn't going to bounce, but Daywalker's going to be in a huge amount of trouble. One or two more right clicks, and down and Ogre. Going to the next. Careful. Finally going to Mara and pass himself up. And he get the clarity Mara. Does have the stun. Can't get into range. Ogre Magi just slightly too fast and very, very tanky.
Yeah, that was kind of an odd engagement. Although I do have to commend Ogre the way he stepped back. Where as soon as they spotted out the Witch Doctor, he stepped back in anticipation of that cast coming out. So well played for him. Too bad it didn't actually help them get away.
As in a little bit nice, good move. My players at this level, you just see little small things like a lot of the semi-pro players. Either at the level they are.
Yeah, and Disruptor is sticking around on the mid lane. Ogre TP's in, wondering if they're looking to get another kill on the Crow, but they don't seem to have a smoke in their inventory. It's, I mean, in this meta, it's so hard to get a good gank off without a smoke of these seeds. So I'm really wondering if they would be better off stacking and pulling on their safe lane.
Yeah, as in right now, they are going to get to... They're not actually spotted out by the ward yet. So the Crob doesn't know they're there, but at the same time, the Crob...
Wow.
Kind of realizes something's up. Going to be able to just play super duper safe. And at this point, that ward is going to eventually spot out of these two supports, and there's no way they're going to get a kill here on mid. In fact, we already see a counter rotation. Vote coming in from Duza this time. Currently one kill behind, so trying to make something happen. Careful. Have that blur, but I think it's only level 1. Yeah, only level 1 right now, so he can definitely be nuked down.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
I think they're in a good position to dive this. I mean, they do have the creeps to tank the tower. The problem might be that they didn't know quite where the positioning is of the SS supports. That might explain the reluctance to just dive this kill. I mean, it was kind of a perfect opportunity, but they didn't see the position of the Disruptor and the Ogre, so... They did move to the bottom lane. I think they're waiting to catch the Doom. Maybe a bit out of position, but definitely not. And by the way, Doom already has his hand of Midas, and he's gonna use it a second time, so he has had it for a while now.
Yeah, that is a super fast timing. You don't want to see a hand of Midas that fast, and because plus the Devourer. In fact, he may be in a huge amount of trouble right now. He is level 6. He's going to get stunned up. He's going to get the Doom off on the Disruptor. But this might not be enough to get a kill. But he's trying to run away. He's very, very tanky right now. Daywalker. Now, it's going to be pretty close, especially with that minus. He's going to be able to survive, but barely. Yes, he will. One or two more ticks would have been.
That was totally calculated, man. They didn't even try to get in position to deny him because they really knew that it's not. Oh, and an engagement. On the bottom lane, the Ogre might get the Fire Blast on the Doom.
Ask is going to bounce back. They're going to try and turn this around onto Limbo. Limbo may be a huge amount of trouble. He doesn't have his Scorched Earth. But we do see that Panda is going to be able to save his teammate. The PA is going to go ham, though. Capron taking a whole bunch of damage, but he tanking that Voodoo Rust. Staying there, getting the kills off. Ogre's going to stun him up, but at the same time, this PA is just getting kited, and he's going to be a little bit careful. Not getting those super crits, and not gonna have to get out. He's kind of in no man's land. We do see the Ogre Magi is gonna go down, and PA could be the next to fall. Just blink to his teammate, and that going to be a 1-for-0 kill. So I just feel they were a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, definitely, and they didn't really expect the Crob, the Death Prophet, I mean, arriving with a double damage room, but he didn't get too much done. This would have been a good opportunity for him to get back on the board with the CS, although he is almost 20 creeps ahead of the PA on that mid lane, so I'm guessing he weighed the opportunity and decided to go for it, but nothing much came out of that rotation. PA going to pick up the regen rune right now. I'm wondering if they're gonna try another gank on the mid lane. I mean, this Crobolus is gonna get out of hand really fast. I mean, she's up to 45 CS, and the PA only has 33. I mean, he does have an assist, but it just doesn't compare. She needs so much more to work to have any use in the mid game. Like, you need to see BKB on him, you need to see a damage item, some lifesteal. He didn't even complete his thread as of yet. And then again, the Crop, he doesn't need so much. He does have a lot of CS, but he doesn't even need all that much to be effective. He does have the phase boots already, a bracer. I'm guessing he's either going to finish his drums or go straight for the Eagles and then 5-man push.
We are actually going to be possible. Brewmaster, the Brewmaster not quite level 6. There's a Doom on the Doom. Doom likes to doom other players with.
Hell yeah.
I think it's both a noun, verb, and a adjective in that situation.
Doomicious?
Or you can doom something. Doom is an item, and you can doom someone.
Yeah.
Make an entire sentence with nothing but the word doom in it. And watches everyone else who isn't a Dota 2 player just looks at you like you're crazy.
Everybody is a Dota 2
Radiant's
player,
top
man.
tower is under attack.
Oh, you'd be surprised. There's too many people playing that other game.
Yeah, let's not even say the name of it. Oh, and bottom lane, we might see a dive coming out from Caper, and he does get the cast off on the Brewmaster, and Doom on the Brewmaster as well.
Glimpse was very nice, in fact. They maybe turn this around as Law is gonna hold down Law, and that's gonna be 1 kill already, and Smiley's in a lot of trouble. Then basically just died. Kind of hoping they think he's already TP'd out, but the Crop looking to turn this around, do even more damage with his ultimate, but he might get taken out with the Necro. Yes, he will. Lovely stuff right there. The Tide is good though, hitting all 4. Duke coming in for the right clicks. Can he get one? Yes, he can. Going in for more than that, but Law's going to try and turn this around, and PA is going to pick himself 1 more kill. Aiden could be in a lot of trouble right now. He does have a cracking show, but Doctor coming back in, getting that stun time. They're going to pick up 1 in return. This is a very, very long and withdrawn team fight, and Necro doesn't quite know what to do. He's going to go in, he's going to go out. Looks like this is going to fight. No Glimpse going to come. Right, looks like the Witch Doctor might want to go for a little bit more. Titan's he doesn't have his blink yet. That's going to be another kill. Punishing the Witch Doctor's aggression on this 5-man team fight.
Wow. Wow, that is huge. I mean, second time that they use the Doom to no avail. They use the Tide Hunter's ultimate, the Ravage as well. They commit the Death Prophet's ultimate as well, and they still lose the team fight. This is definitely concerning for SS. I mean, for Duza, I mean, they have the superior team fight in this sense. Like, they have a lot of AoE, they have a really good disables, and they just threw everything they had at SS, and they still lost the team fight. So I'm guessing they're probably sitting in front of their monitors, scratching their heads like, okay, back to the drawing board.
As in, the issue you have right now, if you have a luck, and damage done was mostly. This wasn't a case of the dude that wasn't out damage. It's just simply healing on the Space Soldiers is so high that
Dire's
it
middle
takes you
tower
so
is
long
under
to kill
attack.
anything.
And it's also the positioning. I mean, in a way, Duza kind of like went in 2x2 or 1x2, if you will. And wow,
Radiant's
SS, they
top
were
tower
totally
is under
prepared. I
attack.
mean, you do have these big teamfight abilities, but if you can't synergize with the entire team, they just aren't that useful.
That is an issue. Where if you just can't. What's the issue coming in from Duza, where their team fight was kind of in 2 to 3 different parts, and it meant that they end up getting a 4-for-2 trade, including both their carriers. Only the Vengeful Spirit, who kind of hid in the
Radiant's
jungle
top
until the end of
tower has
Mana,
been denied.
was able to get out. And Tidehunter is going to get the deny up in this tier 1, and in fact the
Radiant's
Brewmaster even
bottom
pops his
tower
ultimate.
is
That's
under
actually pretty
attack.
big right there. They're not going to really be able to get anything out of it, as this Broom ultimate is going to
One bottom lane,
away.
huge engagement.
Yeah, Death Prophet is going to pick up 1 kill. They're going to be trying to punish Space Soldiers going a little bit too far, and that's going to be a 2 for nothing right there, just when Duza were a little bit out of it. Having that 2k gold swing against them, they're going to get a lovely 1.5k for them after that.
Yeah, this is exactly what they needed. Like, finally the third Doom, finally useful, they get the kill. And towards the bottom room spot, we see the PA engaging the Witch Doctor, stun going out, and Cask as well. Really nice Cask.
Dire's
Will the
middle
heal be
tower
enough?
is
He
under
earns
attack.
himself as well. Will he get away? Doubtful. Let's see if a crit comes through.
I don't even think you need a crit, just a few more right clicks along with
Dire's
that.
top tower is
Level
under
2
attack.
Ignite. Ignite, so good. When you see the glimpse back, and this is going to be another kill, and this is actually going to be the Death Prophet. Really huge kill right there. Death Prophet trying to make something work, but that crit is probably going to secure it, although Death Prophet is very, very fast. Running away at around about 400 base movement speed. Stayed around a little bit too long, and that's going to be 1 more kill. Smiley going to get slowed down with a dagger, and that's going to be another, basically, 3 free kills.
Wow. I mean, here I was saying that the Krob is a lot more useful early on in the game. And we see PA, he took part in 6 out of the 10 kills that SS had. He's 2-1-4 and up to 54
Dire's
CS as
bottom
well, so
tower is under
proving the
attack.
caster wrong yet again, man. These pro players, they just won't let me be right, at least for once.
Now we're actually going to see that, so there's only one stack of ancient, well, no stacks in fact. Idea is going to be able to just try and farm up, but, well, PA has an invis, and this could be huge trouble for the Tidehunter. Although the Tidehunter is going to be able to get out there a little bit faster than he normally might if it was more than one stack, and he's slowly going towards his Blink Dagger right now. That's going to be when the teamfights really change. Duza. When they get that Blink up, when they get that Blink plus Ravage, so much work.
Yeah, definitely. And by the way, another core item finished for Duza as well. The Aghanim Scepter just delivered on Doom. It's an interesting pickup. We rarely see the Aghanims on the Doom. Usually it's the Blink Dagger to get the good position to Doom a core hero, and we see an engagement here.
This Doom is going to go down instantly, getting nuked down by that Necro ultimate. Death Prophet just going to go all the way back to the mid lane. That actually means it's going to be a 3 versus 3 fight effectively, and these two supports are getting in so much trouble right now. They're going to be trying to get out the stuns and still just so much, and they're just going to get destroyed. They're losing 3 more heroes right there. Base Cows kind of realized that killed one, sent one back. That meant the worst they could have was a 4 versus 3.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna run away with this game. I mean, their movement on the map is really good. I mean, every time Duza tries to get a gank off, SS just seems to be one step ahead. They always have an extra player there. They always have extra abilities off cooldown to use. And mid lane, by the way, we might see a dive on the Necro Light, but they do change their mind, taking a bit of tower damage from Witch Doctor, and yep, that's about it. So, yeah, SS, they just seem like they're one step ahead in the entire game. Whenever Duza tries anything, they're always prepared for it. They always have more heroes there. They always have more abilities ready for use. So, I don't know, Duza might have to go for a 5-man smoke to turn this around.
5-man smokes are a pretty good way with they've got, if they can counter position. If they can catch them out of position, get the silence off onto the Tidehunter, rest of SS are probably going to be stopped towers of their own. And it's worth noting the towers, as I've only just noticed this, but there's only been one, in fact no tier 1 towers going down for
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, that just goes to show how good of a movement they had on the map. Like they have the inferior pushing power in this game, but still they're up 2 towers, and Duza barely holding on to their tier 1, and now they 5-man smoked as soon as they got the Blink Dagger on the Tidehunter. Let's see if they can turn this around. They might catch Bignum on the bottom lane. Yeah.
Gonna get the Doom off, and that's a very dead dead Bruma. Especially with the Aghanims. Nothing you can do there, no passives for him, and obviously this Aghanims being so fast is actually pretty huge right now, just simply because of there's a lot of heroes on the opposite side who've got those auras, got the Necrophos, got Brewmaster in particular.
And Ogre might be down.
And Ogre also going down, getting caught out, being in the wrong place at the wrong time. And at this point, a Space Soldier is going to be super careful. They just don't throw this game away through positioning, thinking that they've already won it.
Yeah, but you know, I'm just wondering, like Duza, they got off 2 really good ganks, but they kind of like they opt to farm. Doom goes back to the safe lane. He goes back to farming, and 4 heroes for Duza on the mid lane. So, oh, and an engagement.
Silence stopping him from getting his primal split off, and that is going to be 2 kills quickly coming out for Duza. They're going to be looking at a few more right now, but Thor should be able to get out with just how tanky he is, and the other 3 far away. But either way, a very nice initiation right there, even off that Brewmaster once again. In fact, they want to go in right now on this on Iceberg with his ultimate available, and well, Ogre Magi gonna beat the fall, but Doom he doesn't have his Doom, doesn't have his Scorched Earth, as the ultimate gonna be more than enough. Swap does nothing. That Swap's gonna do a little bit more than nothing. Give Necro another kill.
They're just gonna head into the Roche pit with that double damage on PA. It's going to be an easy Roche, and I'm just wondering, like, Usually pro teams, when even if they get a single gank off, a single kill on the opposition, they usually try to turn it into something. If it's either a push on a tower, another gank, maybe getting a Roche. I find this really odd that Duza, they got two really good kills. They killed the Ogre, they killed the Brewmaster in the Radiant jungle, and they kind of like dispersed. Some of them went to farm, some of them went to defend their mid tier 1, and then they committed their exorcism to a gank. And I'm just wondering if it would have been a better decision to stick together and try to get a tower with that exorcism. They still had the Ravage at that point. Maybe the game would look a bit different right now.
Half of them want to do one
Yeah,
thing,
exactly.
the half want to do something else, and they just simply paid the price of, I guess, at 3 very strong cores, simply turning around and saying, well, if you're going to be indecisive, we're going to make the decision for you.
Yeah, definitely. And by the way, the entire team of SS smoked up and diving. They might not get anything out of it though.
Yeah, a little bit of a shame right there, as in, mostly unlucky. Duza just weren't in the right places to catch that. But either way, we do see that SS, they're going to be trying to pick up these tier 1 towers, and even more interestingly is Bruce still has his ultimate. As in, every single time he goes in, he has been silenced. We do see that Phantom Assassin is going to get ulted up. The Ravage is good, but the Aghanim is already there. We do see that SS is completely getting destroyed right now. They're all going down. The ultimates are strong. The Brewmasters are trying to make anything happen, but Brewlings are getting taken out. This Earth Panda is going to have to be able to quickly escape. Away right before that damage is hit, and that's going to be a 3-for-1 right now.
Yeah, huge team fight for Duza. This is definitely what they needed. They also have Exorcism still online on the Crubble, so they might finally turn this into a successful push on the mid-tier 1 tower. Actually, I'm thinking if they should use the Exorcism at all for the tier 1. And yeah, it looks like they should, because the Panda is going to ult. No, he doesn't have the ult, but huge Static Storm.
Yeah, that Static Storm coming out, catching all 4 right now, and Duza in full retreat. The ultimate's going to get popped out. The Exorcism, is it going to be enough to keep him alive? Well, it is going to be for now. Death Prophet going to pick up the Phantom Assassin and Magi. That's a huge fight there coming out for Isolde. Getting all 4 kills. That's what seemed like a terrible initiation. Ultimate from Perfect. Enough survivability in.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna have to go for BKBs, because I don't see them winning any more team fight unless Duza goes back to having communication issues. And by the way, the PA picked up a Battle Fury.
Standard item.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
It gets you lots of AoE. It's more of a late game item, but at the same time, Duza are going for more of that late game build, just because of they haven't down any towers. Sure, they got the middle 2, but with a Death Prophet on your side, you'd expect to have at least all the tier 1 towns, tier 1's down by now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm still surprised that there's only 2 towers down for the side of SS. I mean, Duza definitely have the superior push. I mean, they do have the Exorcism and the intimidating factor from the Ravage, from the Blink Ravage, by the way, and Madden on his Tidehunter, he only needs his recipe for the Refresher Orb, and wow, this is huge. And considering that 5 minutes ago, the game was kind of like looking like SS will snowball to victory, Duza, man, they're pulling back into this game, getting their core items up. It's looking good for them.
Well, the really interesting thing to note is even when things were going pretty badly for them, they weren't ever that far behind in terms of net worth. As in, they never really breached that 2k mark, just simply because of how well that Duza plus Death Prophet were farming. And those are heroes that will eventually, do huge amounts of damage, no matter what kind of situation.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with that. It's
Dire's top tower is under
they do
attack.
have the superior farm right now. I mean, there's not much you can do to outfarm a Doom who has Midas and Devour as well. Looks like he's going to go for BKB now. I think it's the correct choice. Oh, and they initiate on Bingham. He uses his primal split.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
But he's all on his own. There's nothing he can really do with it. So this is basically a wasted ultimate. He's going to just have to get out of there. Use his other 2 handers to do some harassment, but nothing else really he can do with that ultimate. That's going to be a pretty big waste. Another 120 seconds until that's going to be up.
Yeah, and I'm guessing this is the cue for Duza. Brewmaster ult down. Let's just go and push another tier 1 tower.
Happen. While this tier 1 tower is going to go down, more than likely.
Yeah, and SS looking for the trade there. Maybe trying to get the top tier 2 tower. Are they gonna commit to this or not? They go back, decide to go back. Duza do port in the Tidehunter to defend that tower, and looks like they're not gonna commit to any push, neither of the teams. And yet again, I kind of find this questionable. I mean, you do have Exorcism, you do have Ravage. Why not just go for a tier 1 tower on the bottom lane when you do know that Brewmaster, he doesn't have his ultimate for another 60 seconds?
We do see that PA is going to be able to pick up that Death Prophet right now. Very nice pick offers. Not quite sure what the Death Prophet was doing over there. Whatever it wasn't a good idea. And while that's going on, it's worth noting that as the late game goes, I probably would consider Space Soldiers have the slightly better late game. Yes, Doom can always outfarm his opponent, but at the same time, he's not outfarming his opponents that much. And there's also the issue that Keeper Scythe is always a good spell, as in it's always a nice anti-carry, no matter how much tank ability your carry has. As long as you get him down to half health, get that Aghanim's, get maybe even some minus magic resistance, you just simply nuke them down.
Yeah, and he already has a Lincoln Sphere as well, and about 30-35% of the BKB finished, so if they get their cores, if they get the BKBs on their cores, I'm not really seeing what Duza can do about that. I mean, the only ability they have that pierces spell immunity is the Doom. Can they really afford to use it on a BKB hero?
Well, not really. There are just so many spells that you want to stop on the SS side that he's going to need that refresher. Just to keep himself in the late game, he's going to need that refresher who at the very least hit A and possibly...
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And a huge engagement in the Scourge Ancient spot or not. It kind of looked like they're going to converge in a team fight there, but SS deciding to back off.
Trying to go for a gank right here onto the Brewmaster, but Brewmaster's going to be able to get out of there, and both these two teams kind of at that position where neither of them feel strong enough to go for the kills. We do see the Roche going to get checked up by Duza. Not going to be there yet, though. At least another 30 seconds to look up. Probably a little bit longer.
And right now, I think the next fight is definitely going to be the one to decide all, since both teams have all of their ultimates online. So it's going to be a big clash. Right now, SS looking for the split push with the Disruptor actually getting some good solo XP on that top lane, while his 4 teammates barrel down on the tier 2 mid tower of Duza Gaming, while Duza looking for the trade, getting their own tier 2 on the bottom lane.
And I'm not quite sure if this is in favor of Space Soldiers right now. CBs are going to come back, it looks like they're going to be trying to defend the tier 3s, and they basically just gave up a tier 2 for nothing. Gonna leave the Exorcism up still for the tier 3, and the Ogre may have been a whole bunch of trouble just let you all stop. But the Doom popping his ultimate, the Ravage is going to be huge, picking off one, in fact just one hero right there, but it's going to be more than enough. The PA dodging most of that damage, but we see the Doom also coming out on the PA. And this is a huge team fight coming out for Duza right now, just destroying the opposing team. The buybacks are coming out as well, but Brewmaster needs to do something amazing. He's not going to be able to. Just too much damage coming out from Duza. This is going to be a tier 3.
Outmaneuvered. That was a really good outmaneuver coming out from Duza. That was really well played. And the other thing is that when nobody really expects for the opposing team to go for a rack so suddenly 25 minutes into the game, and they had only one hero prepared with a buyback. The Disruptor was the only one to buy back. Neither of his teammates had any buybacks, and yeah, that translates into a lost racks on their bottom lane. So this is huge. Duza pulling ahead in this game.
And the real big thing right there was that kind of saw they tried to go for the split push trade, but they don't have enough pushing to do that successfully. And Duza realized it, took a tier 2, used the Exorcism on the tier 3, and just simply took advantage of that.
I'm wondering if for Space Soldiers, was this a conscious decision to not have any pushing power in their lineup, or did they kind of like, I forgot?
Well, as in obviously in today's meta, this is no longer a 6.81 where the team that had the most pushes wins.
Yeah,
can go
but you
for
do need some push, like some minimal anything you need. I mean, I don't see them having any push at all.
I think they do have the wave clear to some extent with the Battle Fury plus Necro, and so sure they can't take down towers fast, but I think that their main objective was simply get the team wipes and take the towers after the team wipes. Because if you want to push, there's two ways you can do it. The first one is to simply just have pushing power, stuff like Hero, Death Prophet, lots and lots of tower hitting abilities. The second one is to have a team fight and just get the ganks, win the 5 versus 5, and then use the fact that you've got 5 heroes and the opposing team doesn't, to take down towers.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, I don't know, I just feel like Space Soldiers, yeah, they did opt for the kind of lineup that can just go, they get a team wipe, and then they can easily push against no defense. Oh, and we might see a huge engagement at the Roche pit.
Invis, and we do see Radar's going to get called out. They know it's there. The ultimate's going to get popped by Death Prophet. The Doom is going to go out, and the Brewmaster, he's going to go down pretty quickly. And this team fight's kind of jumps into different places. We do see the Tidunza is going to go down, and Doom may be in a bit of trouble right now. PA trying to go mad, but it's not going to happen. He just doesn't have enough right clicks. That's going to be a 3 for 1 right now. PA trying to make his thing happen. Picks up 1. Can he get more than that? He has been silenced up, and that's going to be another death for PA. Making that a 2 for 4 engagement, and maybe even more than that as Law. Death's been trying to be able to get out. Is there a cask on? Which no, there
Dire's
isn't.
top tower is under attack.
Wow.
Kind of saw the point they got kind of split off. Duza managed to effectively take them to the middle and stop them. You actually see this approach 1 low. I just feel a bit ballsy from SS right. Kind of running in where they didn't do any dewarding, they didn't check if there were any walls, just simply ran in and tried to take the road. That was, against a Tidehunter, very, very dangerous.
It just seems odd to me. I mean, their decision making early on in the game was excellent, like almost flawless. And right now, I mean, this was a huge blunder for them. And going back to the idea of their lineup, I mean, I do see what they had in mind when they drafted this kind of lineup. They have at least, I mean, they do have a hard carry. They have a strong lineup to kill the opposing team, and that's what they were counting on. That's why they didn't actually get any push. But then again, do you think? Oh wow, and they didn't even smoke.
They didn't smoke, there's still another ward there. They could just go rinse and repeat. Tidehunter will have a Ravage up when he comes back up. And they just don't have... They're not that fast at taking down the Roche.
Oh, look at it go!
You do see the initiation coming in as Duza. They're gonna use up this... and get the Doom onto the Necrophast. And we do see the counter trying to come in. The PA trying to do the right click, but the spot by Smiley is perfect. He's gonna be able to save his opponent. The Necro, but at the same time, is he going to use the Ravage? Is 25 seconds away from having the double one right now. Might not even need to enough right click. He's going to eventually pop that. It did fall out, but play.
Yeah, and Disruptor manages to TP out to safety. And Duza looking strong, gonna pick up the second Roche of this game. Actually gonna commit with an exorcism to it. Wow, that's odd.
I guess it just makes sense to some extent, and Roshan is pretty huge. Although, there with the way that Space Soldiers are playing, and if they're just beating, go in and win team fights, and I think it as bait. That's been a good idea.
yeah. I mean, they still have another Ravage, so... Oh, no, actually, he used both.
Yep, he was forced to use a Refresher's Orb to pick up a kill right there, and then use his Ravage, so a little bit of a shame. Pretty close to a double Ravage.
Oh, I see. I don't know, man, it seems like... I don't know. SS looking to have the better team fight, Duza having the better team fight. And not much of a plan B for SS. They do have the better physical damage in the PA, but they don't have the base defense heroes. All they have is what, Static Storm and the Blink Primal Split from the Brewmaster, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think they do have the team fight ability if they can land the good Disruptor ultimate, if they can get the Brewmaster ultimate off early and just do all the rest of the damage. But at the same time, it's just not working out for them, especially just with that Doom getting off his Dooms pretty quickly.
Yeah, he already has a refresher. Oh, not yet. He did pick up an assault cuirass though.
Yeah, and that's going to give him more pushing power, more ability to take down more racks, and more damage. And right now he's critting for 500 just with that critical strike. That's a lot of damage on a Doom that's right-clicking this hard and this fast.
Yeah, and he doesn't even have a damage item. Like all the damage he has is like residual damage, if you will. Is the 24 coming out of the phase boots? Is the 24 from the blacking bar? It's the 10 from the Aghanims after the 10 points of strength, of course, since he is a strength hero, and plus attribute stats. I mean, he doesn't have a single damage item, but his right click hits with 230 damage. So that's a really smart build coming out from the Doom.
And actually, it's going to be a little bit higher than that. The Vengeance Aura gives him a 36% bonus
Yeah,
damage
true,
increase,
true.
and the minus armor from the Wave of Terror, and the minus armor from his Assault Cuirass. He's possibly going to be critting for around about 700-800 if you add it all together.
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing the Vengeful Spirit pick up a Vlad's Aura as well.
Yeah, just get even more, but at the same time, this Venger is a little bit poor in terms of just buying all the wards, giving that Witch Doctor the opportunity to get his 8 Aghanims up quickly as we get a pause right now, right as the blink appears. Pauses go, that was not very useful. But was the Duza player who entered? No, it equals out, I guess.
This is awkward.
Hello. Your hero and then back at mine. As the Flips is going to come out, going to be sending the Doom all the way back over to Hero, and that is going to be, you know, a safe. Well, it's going to be a dead Ogre Magi now. He doesn't get silenced up, and I don't think he's going to be able to get out. Not with the amount of damage coming out from all these heroes, and that's going to be a force fight situation right now. Does Ogre Magi have buyback? Nowhere near. Only 42 gold. There's a kind of a counter push going on, or at least a pulling these creeps back. But at the same time, it's not really going to stop them. Not when they already have a creep wave and such an ability to start pushing with it.
Yeah, they have the exorcism up as well, and they're gonna commit. I mean, that fight was so strange because Duza, they smoked up. They were in the dire jungle,
Dire's middle
and
tower
all
is
the
under
while,
attack.
Brewmaster was farming the Radiant
Dire's
Ancient.
middle
So
tower has fallen.
funny moves.
Yeah, we do see the
Radiant's
Brewmaster is going to
top
pop his
tower
ultimate,
is
but the
under
BKB also coming out from the Death Prophet, and there's just no damage really coming out right now. And the Doom, I don't even think he used Doom right now. The ultimate is going to go hit. No one, in fact, he's going to hit the Doom, but he's still up. Can he get his Doom before he goes down? Well, he's actually got his Aghanim, so he's already got the Aegis and the double Ravage coming out from the Tide. Finally goes down, but it's going to be an Aegis for 4 heroes. Take that 5, and the GG is going to be called. That is going to be game number 1 going towards
Radiant
It's a best of
victory.
3,
best of 2.
best of 2. All right.
Game which can possibly have everyone being the winner. Either way, we kind of saw right there that base soldiers, they had a really good, lots of good rotation, spot decision making, and just their lanes pretty hard. The 2 things that really hurt them was A, the continued farming. Doom didn't really get affected that much. Got killed once, but against a Doom who got a 6-minute minus, and he's got Devour, and he's got gold coming out all places, it's just not good enough. On the other side, we also saw some questionable decision making that ended up costing them the game. Either way, though, this is going to be game number 1. We're going to go straight into game number 2. Got everything we do. We are Rasmus TV. Follow us on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. That's the last one. We're going to go straight into game number 2.